Okay. So network, this is part two of the video. You were talking about, just the things you're going through with the unemployment. What I was saying to you is basically pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Don't have a pity party. Whatever you post, you make sure that it's positive because it's representing you. And if you don't believe in you, who else can? Even if you're rolling down the street with your shopping cart or whatever it is, you have to be positive because sometimes you have to encourage yourself. There's nobody else out there that's going to do it. People have family, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, loved ones. As important as you are to you, I'm pretty sure nobody else sees you as important as you are to you. So you love yourself most. So you have the responsibility of doing for yourself the most. And again, you want to make sure you're well-rounded mentally, socially, spiritually, physically, all of that. Some of the ways that I went about it, um, low-end websites, and I'm gonna start upgrading a little bit more. Low-end websites. There's this website called Moco Space that basically it's a free website that people use. And to be honest with you, I don't know if you know about ghetto, but it's kind of ghetto. But what I do is, that's my training ground. I put myself out there as a professional. And hopefully there are other people that are on the borderline that are professionals too that'll jump in. And I've actually had some good advice on that. I told about some of my skills and that type of thing. And people have jumped on. People have asked me to give them computer classes. People have asked me to prepare light lunches. So I'm starting to develop a menu for them. What else? I mean, quite a few things. And I did have massage on there, but I took that off because I was getting too many of the wrong type of responses. So that's that. Um, Also, traditional, sites that are used for other things, use it for social networking. I'm just going to say that because then there's another site called POF that I use. And again, it's just straight networking. If you want to look me up, you could. And if you look at my information, it's no nonsense. It's about networking. I talk about what I could do. Again, my skills, my experience, especially my resume in the format of a profile. And so it's so many things out there. And I'm about to start upgrading to LinkedIn and that type of thing. And I didn't want to go there yet because I was like, what am I going to tell these people? I'm unemployed. But no, all those skills and talents that you've learned over the years, you still own those are yours. It's your job to keep them up to date, keep up on current literature, clubs, meetings, all of that type of thing, to make sure that you're on top of your game when it comes to your profession. I haven't watched enough to know exactly what it is you do, but I'm gonna make it a point to at least watch one video of yours a day, so that way I can get more of a feel for you. And it's very important to stay connected. Like I said, network, go to church. I'm not a religious person, even though you might think so from some of my videos, but I'm not. I just believe in goodness. So if there's a group of people that at least are proclaiming, or pretending at least to be doing something positive and productive, I want them to know who I am. You know, if they're faking it, I'm gonna show them what positive and productive really is. One thing for me that you may not experience, you talked about hard times. Like I said, I had a thing where I was falsely accused and all of this. And for most of my life, I've been pretty much a saint, so it's very hard for me. And what the system does, because I've been through, the court system, they court ordered me to a homeless shelter. All of those are institutions. They're places where you are not allowed to be you. You are just a number. And there are places where there are no rules. The only rule is that you stay in line. And it doesn't matter if you're staying in line or somebody else makes you appear to be out of line. You're kind of, you know, humbled, not even humbled, it's below humbled. You're the doormat of everyone else, unless either you're aggressive, you're the aggressor, or you're the one getting taken advantage of, you know, mentally, whatever, all of that. So, my biggest dilemma, I still have all of the intelligence, even though I've gained like 40 pounds. I still have all the intelligence. I still have the willpower and the mind, to pull myself together. And the way that I look at it, you're living, you're alive. What else do you have to do? You don't have anything else to do but to improve yourself. So why not do it? Whatever means it takes. So again, you want to network, go to different places where people are at least pretending to be positive. You can go to a church and you don't have to actually get involved in the church service, but afterwards, talk to people. Listen and see what you can get from the service that you can actually apply to your life. Talk to people. find out what it is that they do, find out what their interests are and get in where you fit in, go out when you do your job searching, don't and you're doing it on the internet, don't sit at home and do it. Grab your laptop, and if you can find a park with Wi-Fi, go out in the park and do it. There at least you'll have social interaction. And I'm going to tell you why that's so important. The interview that I went on for that admin accounting position, there was three of us. Okay, the first lady, she walked in, and I thought she owned the place. She was well dressed. Nothing. The interviewers were dressed very casual, like I was, but she was well dressed, well coiffed. She was driving a nice car, and the interviewer, actually, her husband or boyfriend or somebody had the same car. Okay, now the second guy that came in, he reminded me more of me. She reminded me of who I was back in the day. The second man that came in, he reminded me of me. He was a big, tall, handsome man, you know, curly hair, so obviously he was mixed or something. But my hair is like that when I, wash it. But he came in and he had all of the right parts. He was nice looking, big, handsome, exotic, nice suit. But his body language and the way he carried himself, he looked like he just crawled out from under a rock. And I imagine that's kind of what I look like when I'm out and about a lot. He looked, and it's a shame because he was a nice looking man. You could tell he was intelligent and a nice guy, but he looked like he literally crawled from under a rock, which meant that he's probably been looking for a job for 2 to 3 months behind closed doors on the internet looking for a job. And like me, probably every now and then he'll do some social networking. And I don't know if he probably isn't really networking. He's just chatting because he needs some relief from, his job hunt. And then here I am, over the years, because of the legal situation, I don't have the wardrobe, and I would never wear nothing like this. This is my weekend, having fun, walking around town, just enjoying myself gear. But and then there's me, because of all of these years of being taught, don't go look for a job, because the homeless system, the homeless shelters, you're advised what to do, when to do, how to do it, and the things that you traditionally have access to, you don't. And so I've been trained not to look for work, not to believe in myself, not to go out and try to, get the best, that it might be a liability. So, I'm fighting against what I've been, all of the professionalism, as far as my presence with people, I'm fighting against undoing all of that. Okay? So, you know, socially, you want to make sure you stay networked. Talk to people. If there's a Toastmasters in your area, look up Toastmasters International, public speaking club. And it's really gone down, because they used to be strong speakers, but now I think everybody there is scared to speak. But go there. You can talk about whatever topic you want. You could talk about unemployment. You might hit home with a few people. Mentally, to keep yourself mentally astute, I think you're doing the right thing. Like you said, you're doing a lot of the right things, but you want to keep it positive. You're vlogging, your video logs, and your feelings and your opinions do matter. And it's frustrating when you're trying to get something and you're not getting it. So you have to devise a plan for yourself. Spiritually, you need to meditate. Keep your mind clear. Decide, write down what it is you want to do, and then make up your mind that that's what you're going to do. And that's what you do every day. You pluck away at it. And even though the first day it might be kind of hard, you might not be able to get right at it just like you like it. But, the first step might just be you getting up out of bed. I don't know, how you're living your life right now. Maybe you're laying in bed all day, every day, And, if that's the case, if you could just get out of bed, get in the shower, and get out by 8 a.m. and be somewhere where you can actively look for jobs, then that's a big accomplishment. Don't knock it. Every little bit counts. Financially, start, count all your pennies. I know you got some change, some pennies and quarters laying around, and you got your little PayPal thing. Start counting your pennies and budgeting. Budget your money. Think about the 3 or 4 things that are important to you in your life, and budget. I know you got to pay for rent, you have to pay for food, and if you got to apply, I don't recommend public assistance, but if you have to apply for public assistance, go ahead and do that. But give yourself a deadline. Where if it don't work out by this time, you're gonna cut everything off, because you got to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. You can have a pity party all day and nobody will care. And honestly, like you said, you're depressed. I mean, people don't care. There's other people, the people that are donating money to you, they're probably, sad and lonely and whatever, so you got to pull yourself up. You don't want to live the rest of your life being, somebody's handout, person that's getting handouts from people. You want to be at a point where you can actually be the resource, you see? And I don't know how I'm coming off to you, and hopefully it's coming out like I guess my message did, because you said thank you for your love and support, and that's how I'm hoping that it's coming off to you, as love and support, because that's what it is, you know. And I don't know like your age group or age range, but I'm almost 40, and it's just, you know, I've been through some things. You know, I haven't been through, you know, probably haven't been through half of what I'm gonna go through, but I've been through a little bit, and this is how, you know, it has affected me, and this is how, you know, I feel like I'm successfully accomplishing it. And just like anything that you want to be a success at, it's gonna fail a lot of times. Like I said, the next time I record my videos, you might see me 2 weeks from now in a park well, I'm in a park with my rolling cart now because that's just convenient for me. But you might see me, you know, more disheveled, you know, in a park with my rolling cart and a bunch of coats, because I know it's cold at night and I got to stay warm because it's cold, you know. So, I mean, but wherever it is that I am, I'm going to be as positive as possible. You know, I'm going to, you know, pray that whatever guidance and spirits keep me out of harm's way. You talked about your mother, because of the legal situation, which has affected my employment, which has affected, you know, a lot of things. I haven't seen my mom probably in 10 years, okay? So my mom, she's like 70 years old, and I just found out she's working again, okay? Plus dealing with my siblings' bad children, you know, at 70 years old. And when I think back about it, you know, even though me and my mom look nothing alike, you know, a lot of the same, I don't think she's ever truly, you know, been loved in her life, you know. And I don't think I have either. You know, you have to love yourself, you have to encourage yourself, and if you can't be the recipient of the love of others or the support of others or businesses or companies, you know, you be the person that is the source of it. Be the change, you be what you want to see. um, my networking, I don't know if you probably haven't had a chance to look at my other videos, but it's going pretty good. You know, I went to the church, like I said, I didn't wear this, of course, but I went this morning. I went to go apply some teeny bopper jobs, and I applied at one, and the rest, you know, basically just sent me online. But which I don't have access to internet right now. But no worries. First thing tomorrow morning, I'll be out and about. But what was I gonna say? Oh, when I went to the church, one of the ladies, I really think she went out and bought me a brand new suit, because you saw what I wore to the interview last time, the cheetah looking thing. And, you know, I think she said that she just had it in her closet and she couldn't fit anymore. But I think that honestly, she went and bought me that suit and a pair of shoes. But the shoes were actually kind of big. So, but I don't know. But, you know, so I almost gave up, you know. And it's so funny how things work out, because this woman that I networked with, you know, like I said, sometimes you're helping people and you don't know it. She's actually trying to start a small nonprofit, you know, or maybe she already has a nonprofit. I don't know. And that's one of the things she calls it: women of worth, women of worth. Okay. And so I was like, I'd be proud to be a woman of worth. And that's what it is, you know. The legal system and all those institutions they put you through, they devalue. They try to train you to devalue your worth. They train others around you to devalue your worth, and you're locked in a situation where your worth is being devalued daily. So when you go out, like, I'm very good. I'm a very good communicator, and when I get myself together, I'm a good presenter too. But so when I go out and I'm in situations where, you know, again, that fear, because it was a work situation that led to that legal situation, you know, I find myself cringing a little bit, you know, going below humbling myself to the point where I'm almost like scared, you know. And it shouldn't be that way. You know, I present myself well, but from the first opposition, it's just like, woe is me, you know. But you got to fight back. So, you talking about your ill mother. I didn't get a chance to watch the video, but like I said, when I get a chance, and right now time is kind of low because I have to find a job, and plus now I don't have internet at home, which is a good thing. But all of these different things are going on. So, um, thank you for taking your time to send me a comment back. I appreciate it. That's part of the networking too. You know, I'm glad that you're around, and I hope you stay around, and I hope you develop a job for yourself, because sometimes people truly are unemployable, you know, and not because of any shortcoming on their own, but sometimes they may be too bright, too intelligent, too smart, or you might just be too sensitive, you know. Don't be depressed, don't do that. But hopefully something that I said made sense. If I said anything to offend you or if you feel like I said something that you disagree with, let me know. That's what the communication is about. I don't mind going back and forth on it because I feel like you're a good person. You have some of the same sentiments I do. But I'm going to go because it's getting dark and my time is up again. Thanks again. Bye.